Does stress make you tired? I finished an energy drink before my stream, and then I was like, man, why do my eyelids feel so heavy? And then I had to open another one. Definitely not going to be a problem. Yeah. So, yeah, I, finally acquired this and made room on the hard drives for it. Now we got 2 DLCs to check out. I'm thinking we do the Lake House, the serious one first. I've heard a couple of things about it. It's short, and it's a little bit disappointing. It feels less like the big Alan Wake wrap-up DLC that people wanted, and more like a tie-in pseudo-prequel to Control 2. That being said, I hear it's also still pretty cool, just a little disappointing. Night Springs is wacky, I hear, and completely inconsequential, so maybe we'll save that for later. Yeah. Do we remember what happened at Alan Wake 2 at the end? I'm trying to remember if I even shared the New Game Plus ending on the channel. But, it was a little bit more of an ending than what we saw when we played through. But, I don't know. You can look it up if you feel like it. Who knows? This might not even really matter for the DLC. Are you sure? Contains content from the base game. Yeah, I played the base game a year ago. I don't remember shit. Yeah, what? Well, hold on a second. Let me look at something in Discord here. Alan Wake 2. Old posts. Oh, yeah. Immediately after I played Alan Wake 2, I kind of got, we jumped into Lethal Company for a bit there, and, quickly changed the discourse. Man, it really looks like I didn't share? Maybe? Okay, hold on. Alan Wake 2, New Game Plus, ending differences. Yeah. I mean, it mostly came down to, from what I understand, it mostly comes down to a slightly changed ending cutscene. Just watch it. Hopefully this doesn't have commentary.
Alan?
Saga, I finished it. The ending we talked about.
I have the clicker and the bullet of light. Let's do this. I have to be the one to do it.
I see it clearly now. This part at least. Okay. We have met here before. Time loops in the dark place. Every choice you make affects everything that comes before and after you make it. He's here. Like it does when you change a detail in a story you're writing.
KC?
The end. Scratch. Now! When the bullet of light blew the darkness out of the crater of my skull, the dark presence was born from the remains, feeding on the horror around it to grow. Influenced me. I was lost in my work. The link was severed when I finished Return, but the dark presence was hungry for more. And I was missing the small part of myself that it had been born from. Alice, love is still together in our memories. We put each other through hell to set us free. Again and again. Different versions of us. Alice helped me get there, where I needed to be. It has taken so long. The process to change reality is so delicate, to be true in just the right way and still find a way past our flaws. So many drafts, so many photographs, so many lives lived outside of time, an eternity apart on this journey to finally arrive here.
If I recall, it kind of ended here. Waiting for an answer.
Anderson.
Fade to black. I think this is where it ended, yeah.
Logan? Logan? Are you alright?
I had a terrible nightmare. Can you come home, Mom?
Oh, baby. It's over now. You're alright. I'm here. I'm on my way home. I love you. She's alright.
The ending worked. Scratch is gone.
At last.
Thank you, my love. And so I return. With me I bear the torch of knowledge, the light, the miracle illuminated, the master of two worlds. No, the master of many worlds.
Yeah. So anyway, that was a lot more of an ending than the original one, which is just kind of like leaving you hanging on a phone call. Wake's just dead. Alice is question mark. She's still kind of question mark, but yeah, that's yeah. And now this is continuation, I think. So let's check it out. I think my camera was on the other side when I played.
This isn't the Bureau's first time in Bright Falls. 1970, 76, 8... Last one was in 2010. It's not exactly clockwork, but this town sees way more altered world events than most. We knew it was just a matter of time before the lake acted up again. After the AWE in 2010, the FBC's research department set up a facility, the Lake House, to study the threshold in Cauldron Lake, find better ways to contain the entity inside. Your tax dollars at work. When we detected a spike in paranatural activity at Cauldron Lake, before I even knew you were on this case, Saga, the Lake House was my first stop. I was short-handed, hoped they could spare some help, maybe give us some intel on the situation. If I had any clue what was waiting for us in there, Saga, I'd have just kept on driving. This is Agent Kieran Estevez responding to an AWE alert in the vicinity. I need to speak with the Marmonts. So much for the welcome wagon. You all set up the perimeter. We're on the Threshold's doorstep, so keep your eyes peeled.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Return addendum. Like a modification of the ending?
This shouldn't take long, okay? You see anything? Radio me. The lake house was run by the research department. Research and investigations don't really see eye to eye. What they call science, I call a violation of Bureau protocol and human decency. Classic interdepartmental drama, your FBI saga, you know how it goes. Now, in retrospect, my low opinion of the research department may have clouded my judgment.
Hold on one sec. Did I have my camera on the bottom right last time? I feel like I would prefer to be in the bottom left if I'm, you know. Alan Wake 2. The hell? Get rid of that. Oh my god, Twitch is so bad at like letting you search through your stuff. Some good rain. Alan Wake 2. Yep, I was in the bottom right. Okay. Just want to be consistent.
Hello? Agent Kieran Estevez, Investigations Department. No one wants to check the individual carrying a firearm into a restricted government facility? No?
Hello, and welcome to another exciting day here at the Lake House. As I'm sure you know, I am Dr. Jules Marmont, and this is my wife.
Dr. Diana Marmont.
And together we are the heads of research at this facility. We want to thank
Killing me
you
here.
for helping us break new ground in our study of Cauldron Lake.
That's right, Jules. But don't let our exciting work in threshold regulation and dimensional coupling keep you from observing the proper safety protocols.
You said it, Diana. We run a tight ship here at the Lake House. So, always remember the 3 S's. Safety, security, and censorship.
It's a C. It's a C.
What? Yeah, that is the joke, Diana.
Well, it's a stupid fuck.
Wonderful joke, Jules. We'll see you down there.
Dubbing over her.
Yeah, that seems healthy.
Wait. Cut it out. Okay. 7/14/2023. Ava Ramani. FBC personnel status update: oldest house to all staff. On-site observation teams report that the oldest house is still under active lockdown. Status of the Director Trench, management team, and all other personnel outside the oldest house at the time of the lockdown's initialization remains unknown. Observation teams have detected fluctuations on the redacted field originating from the oldest house as of redacted, increasing in strength as it loops through a specific pattern every redacted hours. These readings are currently being analyzed by the research staff in the Boston office. Any personnel with information pertaining to the signal should contact them immediately. Sincerely, Alvaro Monti, Supervisory Agent. Dr. Marmon here to remind you to put on 100% effort today. No!
That's handy.
Lake House map. Doesn't seem too complicated at this time.
An experiment. That bodes well. Dr. Marmont's not here. Nobody is?
Security and Technical Support Division, all
Check
departments.
downstairs.
Update to computer
Changing
passwords, Password reset policy effective September 13th. All computer passwords must be reset daily to address security concerns. You're aware this may be an inconvenient change that lead to the difficulty to remember your password. You recommend using a permanent set of digits as the beginning of the password, followed by numbers that change daily. By using significant personal dates, coordinates, etc. Do not use birthdays, the current date, phone numbers, etc. Please also remember that for the time being, passwords are not to exceed 6 digits. Thank you for your compliance. November 14th, 2023, Thursday, science fact of the day.
On the lower levels.
Most famous for acting, Hedy Lamarr also invented in her free time. She patented a frequency hopping device for torpedo guidance systems at the age 38. Okay, so 38 is a number. Permanent set of digits to start. Subject P. Through extensive testing, the subject has been confirmed to possess intrinsic paranatural ability that manifests exclusively during the act of painting. The paintings feature scenes or events he would have no knowledge of, even sometimes painting an event before it occurs. This effect has been seen and proven multiple times. He has an estimated 40 to 100% success rate. 40-100, that's kind of a weird range. Note the lack of precision in this range is due to the team's inability to prove that a painting's content will not be realized at some point in the eventual future. Researchers asked to reiterate the hesitance to publish any concrete statements surrounding the subject and his ability at this time, as the nature of the paintings and their paranatural effect have been exceptionally difficult to measure and quantify. In conclusion, the subject is suspected to be a Class 2 parautilitarian, though additional testing will be required to confirm this. At this time, his ability is not believed to be a direct threat to himself or others and can be controlled. The nature of this ability is to show current or future events via the art he creates, but the extent of this forecasting cannot be determined by the researchers with any high level of precision. Unlike the art created by Alan Wake, there is no evidence that the subject's art is directly manipulating reality via the shadow energies. Yeah, I don't really know why they're using old-ass computers. Just government things, I guess. It's authentic in a way. Hannah said that it might have something to do with interference, too. Entities were better at controlling digital or something. Yeah, it probably came up, but it's probably tucked away in a single note somewhere in either Control or Alan Wake. Replacement keycard request form. Please fill out the fields below before delivering the form to security. A new keycard will be issued to you once your request is processed. Yules Marmont. Co-head of research. Highest one. I forget what it's called. Reason for replacing my old car went missing. Indicate here if your card was stolen. How would I know if it's stolen or lost? Why do you not put microchips inside to follow them if you are so concerned with this? I'm the head of research and I expect a new card on my desk by the end of a workday. Alright, Marmot. Okay, well I don't know the first 3 digits. At least. My new fellow head of the lake house. Love, Diana. Recommendation of the faculty and the virtue of the authority vested in them to trustees, Barrows University have conferred on Jules Francois Marmot, degree of Doctor of Applied Science, is entitled to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. William Devereaux, Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Paul Jensen, Dean of Burroughs University. Exceptional contribution certificate is awarded to Jules. Grateful recognition of his outstanding contributions to the Bureau's scientific endeavors. Senior leadership of the Federal Bureau of Control is determined to appoint Dr. Jules Marmot as head of research to the facility at Cauldron Lake, Washington. Appointed will be shared with Diana Marmot, effective upon the facility's completion July 18th. Could that be the first 3 digits? I told them not to use dates, but it was bolded. Okay. Security reminder, please remember to lock your computer before leaving your station for any amount of time. Changing your password daily does not improve the facility's secret if you leave your computer open. Okay. Project Arbutus has officially requested we return the pages. We aren't using them for any work on Project Romulus, and they are shared research materials, so can I release them back to Arbutus? Sincerely, does Wednesday work? Go fuck yourself, Jules. Okay, we gotta read this in order. Good morning, friendly monitor. The proposed annual budgets need to be sent out by the end of the month. Every station is being asked to give a thorough breakdown this year in an effort to find areas where spending can be reduced. Should I book a time for us to speak about this and make a plan? All the best. I'm too busy to attend meetings. Just use the budget from last year, but make sure to specify that a specific percentage of the research budgets go toward Project Arbutus, so certain individuals will be tempted to slow down on their competition by stealing resources. I apologize for the difficulty my wife is presenting, Harry. I believe she's suggesting that I would take her project's budget. An unfair and preposterous accusation, though I am confident you understand that. Be happy to meet and discuss the annual budget. It is, of course, the head of research job to oversee such work. Maybe Diana is no longer up to the task. Sincerely. Go fuck yourself, James, from Diana. So does next Wednesday work? Seems like, is that, Harry Kingston... Jules. So Jules, James must be a nickname for Jules. Seems like a healthy-ass marriage. Okay, so that's open now. Good news. Lake House Daily. Good news. HQ still dark. Pie was good. More pie for the rest of us. We have coffee. Deerfest this week. Bad news. HQ still dark. Nut allergy bad. No Ama beer. It's good. Tried it. The artist is illegible. Yeah, that is kind of illegible. Someone stole the black whiteboard marker. All vacation time canceled. Oh. They're heavy fucking chairs. Ominous daily stand-up. No doodling. The dangers of doodling. Remember that any unauthorized art can skew the result of ongoing research. The following types of recreational activity are forbidden. Doodle. Rhythmic drumming with pencil, fingers, or other makeshift percussion instruments. Stacking office supplies into sculpture-like arrangements. Dancing. Humming. Huh. Kayak for sale.
This should come in handy.
Huh? We lost a single shoe? Should I recognize that shoe? I feel like I should recognize that shoe.
As soon as I got in that elevator, my bad news detector started going nuts. Estevesta team, something's going on in the lake house. I want all nearby agents to...
Seems good.
Agent Estevez, what's your status?
Yeah.
Breach detected on sublevel.
Somebody was drawing penises.
Staff should seek shelter immediately.
We have a situation in the lake house. All agents converge on the facility now.
Seems good.
Belay that order. Where's the fucking elevator?
Paint, huh?
Okay. Priority 1, get the lights on. Standing around in the dark near Cauldron Lake, you're not smart?
As the Lighthouse continues to make progress towards its goal, various avenues of research are being pursued. Recently, one such avenue has yielded unexpected results. The research into nursery rhymes directed by Dr. Marmont, led by Dr. Campbell. As an art form, has shown viability in its ability to connect with Cauldron Lake Threshold. As a result, the nursery rhyme findings will now be carried forward by the co-heads of research and incorporated into ongoing research across the Lake House. Effective immediately, research teams will be briefed on how to utilize the effective elements of the nursery rhymes into their own work. Dr. Campbell and his team are being reassigned and will continue to develop their work on nursery rhymes outside the lake house. Any exposure risks related to performing confidential work outside the facility's premises have been acknowledged and accepted by the co-heads of research. Signed, Dr. Diana, Dr. Yules. Threshold linking experiment progress report. Work to create a stable link between our reality and that of the redacted continues. Progress is good, with all teams reporting high confidence that a successful connection will be soon possible. Recent efforts in utilizing the paintings produced by Subject P to adjust reality in such a way that achieves their goals were unsuccessful. However, this result allowed us to discard that avenue of research and focus solely on a much more viable one. Our hypothesis states that the Threshold's energies, unless its reality-altering effect, are drawn to pieces of art that contain significant level of emotion. This is supported by the clear trend in data we have gathered over the years. We can identify and quantify the emotion of an art piece. Our work will speed up considerably. Work has already proceeded with an immediate focus on developing devices capable of measuring the level of emotion in any given piece of art. For now, our research will continue solely on the art produced by Subject P. Although pieces of his have yielded successful results outside of their assistance in discovering the redacted pages, his proven status as a para-utilitarian makes his work the most suitable research material. For the file F2153821 for full report. Thank you for waiting, whatever's lurking out there. Okay, we have an inventory. I don't know how to get into it, but it's there.
Dr. Darling. Okay, he doesn't do a damn thing without power.
I thought that was the power. I gotta flip the breaker somewhere. Sponge. These are kind of a weird little labyrinth of paint walls.
Okay. Power core receiver. Plugging a core in should get the lights on.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just like one or two characters. Can I not interact with that? I thought I just saw. There it is. Just keep going away. Am I not supposed to interact with this? Okay, every time I hit E, it just fades out, so. Yeah, Darling is kind of present, but he's just kind of a quirky dude.
That is not a regulation FBC weapon.
Wait, what? What? The fuck are you talking about? Oh, that? Okay.
Can't open it from the side.
Yeah, no. Redhead lady.
I wish they'd make these things lighter.
Jane Control. I think.
The way I saw it, there was only one way out. Identify the source of the event and contain or eliminate it. Now, good news, I just had to keep going down. Bad news, the elevator liked to disappear.
Stop squelching at me.
At least the elevator's back.
Don't act like I don't see that. Alright, Doodler. Ready to throw down?
If you can understand me, I am an agent of the Federal Bureau of Control. I can assist you if you take no hostile action against me or...
Are you vulnerable to... Can't tell if you guys even take damage. Yeah, okay, she says no effect. So what? Just keep on ducking and weaving? Excuse me, hold on one sec.
My keycard isn't high enough for clearance.
Okay. This is locked. This is the other side of that door. Okay. So what? Do I need like a sponge? Oh, there's two of you there. But okay, whatever. I'm just gonna assume
Those things.
I can come back with a higher clearance.
Deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You never really get used to the shit you see in this job, but You can learn techniques to adjust, to function. Take 6 deep breaths. Then
Probably.
get to work. Find the source, collapse the threshold.
Sir, please hold. Please hold.
Now where am I? What is that?
Totally fine and normal.
If you can understand me, I'm an agent of the Federal Bureau of Control. I can assist you if you take no hostile action against me or any action that can be perceived as hostile. Do you understand? Well, I'll be damned. So what kind of entity are you? You can speak. That means you probably imprinted on a person or retained some of your former self's information. Previously human, maybe? Okay, I can live with that. I just had an unpleasant encounter with some other painted individuals. Any relation? What does that mean? Okay, hey, calm down! You need to cease all hostility right now.
Okay.
Bad news? That thing is really pissed off. Good news. It didn't try to kill me. Baby steps. Angry living paintings are not typically on the Cauldron Lake bingo card. Something different was happening at the lake house, and I couldn't let it escape. Bright Falls didn't need this particular cherry on its already shitty Sunday.
3.
Level 3, page development. Refinement process, ETD output and calibration. Automated typing device will produce writing mimicking that of Alan Wake. Known para-utilitarian with the goal of affecting reality with the same consistency as Mr. Wake's writing. To reach this level of authenticity, each page produced by the ATDs must be evaluated and graded based on its similarity to Wake's original style. Pages will be graded using the following criteria. Comprehensibility. This is the most basic of criteria. The page must use language and develop stories in an understandable, organic way. This is after, I believe. Style. The page must accurately mimic the typical style in Wake's writing, using pages in the lake house's possession as reference. Tone. The page must accurately mimic the typical tone of Wake's writing, using pages in the house's possession as reference. Content. The page must accurately mimic the typical content of Wake's writing. Once pages are graded, that will be fed to the algorithm and preferred reference material, thus continuously refining the writing produced by the ATDs until they can produce near identical stories of Alan Wake. Once that was achieved, we'll provide instructions to the ATD on what to write, effectively gaining control of Wake's ability to link with the Shadow's power. Yeah? Is that good? Doesn't sound good.
September 12, 2023. Notes regarding a page of an Alan Wake manuscript I found in the archives. I checked the records, and this page is not in our inventory. I believe it manifested inside the lake house directly. I won't be filing this page. It'll just send Jules into a panic. The page is written in Wake's usual style, so I can't say for certain if it's being literal or figurative when it calls us monsters. But what's interesting is that the page indicates that a painting succeeded in linking Cauldron Lake's threshold with our facility. Writing has always been the clearly superior avenue of research, but I never considered that the writing itself would dictate a different art form as the catalyst for our success. I cannot accept that. I can't allow Jules to stumble his way into success. Not after the years of work I put into this research. I heard yesterday that 2 writers are visiting Bright Falls. I will beat Jules to the finish line.
Organizational update. Moving forward, research at the lake house will be divided into using projects. Projects X-132 AW, codename Arbitus. We'll focus on studying the writing of Redacted, which is Alan Wake, with Dr. Dana Marmot serving as project director. Project C, 43210-RL, codename Romnus. What was the painter's name? Can't remember. Work with Dr. Jules Marmot serving as project director. Staff will soon be notified regarding their project assignment and any required desk changes. Your patience is requested during this organization. This is a confidential facility matter is not to be discussed with external agents or teams. Any questions, please contact me directly. Signed, Harry Kingston. It's kind of a confusing tape. Sounds like they're competing about succeeding in the research between writing and painting. But then, like, her research with the writing almost dictated that painting was the first one to succeed? Whatever that means.
Lane stood back from the canvas. He didn't recognize the piece. Did he paint this? His mind was foggy, unfocused. He knew the Marmonts were putting something in his food. A man in a white coat came to steer Lane back to his cell. He did not resist. He was too tired. He lay on the bed. But the stench in his cell wouldn't let him sleep. An acid stink. The turpentine. The paint. It was all over him. Years of it. 1,000 paintings.
Rudolph Lane.
1,000 more to come. A putrid weight he could never wash away. Cold hate simmered below the mist clogging his thoughts. Hatred for the paint. Hatred for the brushes. For the Marmonts. For himself.
Worst per sentence, WPS, max 12, min 1, average 6.71 is coheads, 1 word or 2. Style, contains dialogue, clip phrasing, third person, omniscient, broad timeline. Marmot's Diana Jules, FBC Lake House Conflict, Water Dark.
Diana and Jules Marmont had once been a team. Rising stars in the Bureau, both talented in their own way. Diana innovated and Jules got funding from the bureaucrats. Cooperation led to respect. Connection. Then after a decade of hard work, the happy couple were promoted. Co-heads of research. Their first years at the lake house were good. Challenging, but not insurmountable. Not for them. Gradually, thoughts fell into their heads like drops of dark water.
Yeah, seems like
Why
it.
does she get all the credit? Why does he get any credit? With that, a crack formed in the lake house. The Marmonts and their work became arrogant, erratic. The crack widened and the water seeped in.
15 min 1, average 641, character-centric Lane, past tense, clip phrasing, higher adjective usage, focus timeline. Rudolph Lane, paint, odor, Marmonts, hate, conflict.
There was a crack in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment. panic in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not.
Initial
flow.
finding reports Edward
Became
Franklin
trapped,
Booker, born in New York, New York,
stagnant,
currently resides in
went
New York,
bad.
New York, married to
The truth was controlled
Tamitha
here.
Booker, no children,
Not
dependents.
art, just content for the experiment.
No paracriminal affiliations found. Located in Bright Falls, Washington, as of September 10th, 23. Writer and director of 5 stage plays, unsuccessful, confirmed artist, designation, author, playwright. Disclaimer: background investigation performed in a very short amount of time per instruction. As a result, the information contained in this report is not comprehensive and possibly erroneous. Project Arbitus. Tamitha Madison Booker, born in Atlanta, Georgia, currently resides in New York, New York, married to Edward Franklin Booker. No known children or dependents. No paracriminal affiliations found. Located in Bright Falls, Washington, as of 9/10/23. Author of 3 commercially successful true crime books. First publication was Poetry Collection, unsuccessful. Confirmed artist, designation, author, poet. Disclaimer: background investigation performed in a very short amount of time per instruction. As a result, the information contained in this report is not comprehensive and possibly erroneous.
Went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment.
Oh, there's my inventory.
Typewriters. Please don't let this be what I think it is. As you know by now, typewriters and Cauldron Lake do not mix. And a room full of them all clacking away? 100% bad news.
Need 2.
Need a higher clearance keycard.
Typewriter brand investigation. Investigation into the prices, brand, and model of typewriter used by Alan Wake with the intent to use this particular brand for redacted in the ATDs continues to be unsuccessful. Sources contact with discretion. Wake's publishing house, result no information. Wake's agent refused to discuss client matters. Wake's spouse, result refused to discuss. Redacted. No useful information. Checked all available online interviews, publications, elements pertaining to Alan Wake. No useful information. The relevant team will continue to explore the alternative sources of information. The ATDs will continue to be operated with the available typewriters until Wake's preferred brand is known. Theoretically, replicating Alan Wake's style of writing via the same brand of typewriter used by the author should yield optimal results. Project directors indicated that a similar investigation should be launched into the branded type of ink used in Wake's typewriter. Okay, I wonder if there's any reason to explore kind of between these. Research notes: content of Wake manuscript. We begin to find pages from manuscript very likely written by Alan Wake. Very utilitarian and suspect in past cases involving the Cauldron Lake AWE. Though I do not like to bring myself or my biases into my work, I must do so here to address the matter being examined. As reference for any future readers, I am Diana Dr. Marmot, co-head of research at the Lake House facility. Accuracy of this writing is intriguing, yet reports are passed in the Bureau, but also details and thoughts an outside recorder would have no way of knowing. Yules and I have indeed been having more and more interpersonal conflict this past year. This raises many questions. How does Wake, wherever he is writing this from, get his information? Or is the page itself determining these emotions and events? I cannot believe that the scope of Alan Wake's ability goes so far as to have dictated my entire career at the FBC, and if it did, would it matter? Even if a person knew their life was being driven by an external force, would it change the nature of their behavior to their personality? My disagreements with Yules are not sudden shifts in personality, but rather a growing resentment. I firmly believe that though I have no evidence to prove it, which brings me to a new research query for our team. What methodology can one use to prove that the actions, their mind, and their love or animosity are theirs to control?
March 7th, 2018. Notes regarding Dr. Emil Hartman, founder of the Cauldron Lake Lodge, where he manipulated artists in an attempt to control the power of the Shadow. I've gone through his notes, which were confiscated by the Bureau after his arrest in 2010. Overall, Hartman's work was sloppy. Complete disregard for proper scientific method. But he was brave enough to try something we haven't. Our procedural writing machines are promising, but we could understand the effects of Cauldron Lake's threshold much better by observing live artists in action. Thanks to Hartman, we even have a list of prospects. Next step is to send Dr. Darling a request to bring some into the lake house for analysis.
Horns are so loud in this room.
Never say no to extra firepower. Back where I started. Spatial recurrence of 3.
Okay. So something different will happen this time.
Overlap, rebound it on itself. Compressing, compounding, reflecting, and refracting. An urban legend and a murder in
Oops.
cause and effect hopelessly tangled. Arranged wrong, the dream logic flawed, the feedback loop doubled and redoubled, out of control. The pressure kept building, looking for release. This contrived overlap. Constant imbalance.
Shadow is here. Good thing you brought a flashlight.
The fuck's this? You're not even a shadow. You good, man?
Some staff down there had been corrupted. Shit just kept getting worse.
Is that how I'm supposed to do that? I can't remember if there was a way to focus your flashlight without doing like the boost. Doesn't look like it. I thought it was like, I think in the first game I might be thinking of, you could like focus it and like burn through their shadow shield. And then you could use like a quick burst that would consume a lot of battery, but I think in this it's just flashlight and then bursted flashlight. Boosted. No interest. These are all ones I've been to.
Loop 3. Should be the last one.
I keep coming back to this page.
How do you figure?
Father's clearly awake. It's like he's warning us. But about what? What does it mean? This page scared Jules away from the work on Wake's writing. A coward can't stand risk. Science is risk. For me, this is proof that we are going in the right direction. I just need Rudolph Lane's paintings to lead to more pages so that hopefully one day we can understand. I keep coming back to this page. I keep coming back to this page.
Is this extra wide?
What is that? Locked.
Or even am I? This room is fraudulent.
Controllable shifting phenomena.
actually not sure what I'm trying to do right now. Is one of these bad or something, and I just need to swap it out? Oh, I see. I think that successfully happened. It's you again.
You again.
That's what I said.
What happened to you? Did the people here do this to you?
What?
Alan Wake's writing is being studied here. Do you know anything about him?
Names don't matter. 1,000 more to come.
They say clear communication is the key to any relationship. You and I have some work to do there. You said marmots before. Do they do this? Where are they now? Tell me where they are.
Misery hate, you say?
Christ.
Oops.
It's fixated on the marmots. What did they do?
Access denied.
Ugh, this key card isn't gonna cut it.
So then... I don't think I really gained much down on this level. Missed a container. Missed several containers, looks like. Oh, the key cards are marked? Locked the door, put tryst. Maybe things have changed? Actually, I don't know if I ever actually saw floor 2.
A threshold is the connection between a foreign reality and our own. Now, they all have their own rules, strange as they are, but the further down I went, the more chaotic this one got. Clearly, this was the Cauldron Lake threshold, but something was wrong. Well, more wrong than usual.
Sublevel
Level-wide lockdown in effect. Please remain calm. Level-wide lockdown in effect. Please remain calm.
Hey, man.
Won't open while the floor's on lockdown.
Humming? No humming allowed, though. Subject's writing must feature darkness, water, marmots, lake house, conflict. Did anyone explain any of this to him? Triple order. Hold on.
Finally, someone who isn't a painting.
Oh, we'll get to him. The Acquisition Team is hereby approved to acquire additional research subjects for ongoing study related to Project Arbitus at the Lake House facility. Prioritize outcomes as ordered below. Both subjects brought to the Lake House for study. Tamitha Booker, jeez, I can't read that name. Work is more commercially successful, thus more likely to yield results based on proven cases. Edward Booker, less successful than Tamitha, but theater is more widely recognized as art than true crime novels. Observes the subjects at a distance and only move to acquire if the opportunity arises. Under no circumstances can this operation draw the attention of local law enforcement. Signed, Dr. Dana Marmot. Oh, so you're just kidnapping people then.
Hey, hello. Who are you?
Sorry, got a flow going. Can we do this later?
No, we cannot. I'm Agent Kieran Estevez. I'm with the government, and I need your name.
I'm Ed Booker, the playwright. And I'm hitting my stride here, so can you guys stop with all that banging and screaming? It's throwing me off.
Where do you think you are right now?
In an immersive writing workshop.
Well, bad news, it's not a writing workshop. Good news, it's not a writing workshop.
Right. It's a government facility studying the power of creativity. That makes way more sense.
Look around you. How is this a workshop?
You have to stay in character. I get that. I'm in the theater business too. And look, the sets, the costumes, all great in that, you know, campy, 70s sci-fi kind of way. But you could dial down the role-playing like 15, 20%. Just some professional advice.
I'm about to shoot that pencil out of your fucking hand, dude.
What are you even doing? What are you writing?
Well, after you all abducted me in the woods, I've been working on this manuscript you gave me because you need it for some experiment or something. I kind of forget the premise. But, you know, I've had this block lately, and filling in the gaps of this story has really loosened me up. Copying the style is a nice constraint, but I still have lots of room to play. It's a solid creative exercise.
Sir, whether you are aware of it or not, there is a situation here. I need you to stay in your cell until I can resolve the matter, okay?
Uh-huh, got it. Hey, no one's been around with food for a while. I could go for some dinner when you have a second. Oh, and can I get my phone back? I want to call my wife. I don't know how Tammy found you guys, but she killed it. 5 stars all around.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Yeah, I think they were chatting in the diner, but I don't remember. I don't remember what happened to them. Oh, initial review of Brooker's writing. The first piece of content produced by the subject is severely disappointing. It's not remotely similar in content to the wake pages that we provide as reference. Why is it so focused on my marriage? Why is Jules the protagonist? Why is it set in the actual lakeside cabin? And what is happening at the end? What the hell is in the sky? Did anyone brief Booker on the concepts he has to write about? The lake house, the shadow? We need him to match Book's style exactly. It's not going to work if he has no clue what he's writing about. We need to get this sorted. We need progress now. Why isn't he taking this seriously? When I spoke to him, he thought I was an actor. I want him to understand how serious we are, whatever it takes. Continuing the story from page ID AW002, match the tone, style, and content of AW. Crack was an emotional one line right from their marriage. Foundation, the lake house. These thoughts are more flooded. Jules' mind. Okay, now we already heard all this. Dana sat in her favorite deck chair, staring across the rig's rippling surface. You watched the breeze catch her acorn hairs. If sensing his gaze, she turned her head. His cries snapped Jules back to the present. She was staring up at the sky in panic. A deep shadow crept across the deck. Jules ran to the door to his wife. Yeah, I do remember them in the diner, but I don't. Yeah, I wonder.
I wonder what happened here.
Is this where the wife was?
Jules Marmot looked at the painting. He didn't understand it. Saw only random whirls of color. Drugging Lane made him more compliant, but his work had turned abstract. Jules needed more art his team could parse, could test, trial and error. These abstract explosions of color complicated the data. His grip tightened around the letter opener in his hand. The piece of art he needed was hidden inside Lane. If Jules could simply cut the painter open and pull the painting out of him, he would. The overhead lights flickered. Jules would make Lane cooperate. No more drugs. Less carrot, more stick. Jules had to go faster. He wouldn't lose to Diana. Nothing else mattered.
Alright. Rhamnus. Offline subject P has shown a decline in redacted over the past several months. Initially, his redacted presence as an increase in resistance. Presented as an increase in resistance, frequently declining requests for work. However, given time and pressure, subject would always relent. Subject's attitude towards art had also undergone a change recently. He's disinterested in his work, quickly becoming frustrated and sometimes even damaging or destroying the piece before it is completed. In the past few months, his work has become much more abstract, no longer showing true-to-life subjects or landscapes, but rather conceptual art that is much harder to define or categorize. Whether this sudden interest in abstraction was a form of rebellion, a consequence of growing redacted, or a source of genuine artistic interest is unknown. Current situation: as of yesterday, subject refused to touch his supplies. He claims he will not paint anymore and wishes to leave. Subject's refusal has effectively halted all research while the team can continue to run tests on the backlog of paintings. They estimate that there is little new information to gain. The subject must continue to paint if work is to proceed. However, the team is concerned that convincing the subject with force or coercion may entrench him further in his position. Action to be taken. Dr. Jules Marmot, co-head of research and project leader, suggests that a high dose of redacted should be introduced to the subject's food to cure his redacted. If the subject's attitude does not improve, then low doses of redacted will introduce in order to improve his compliance.
I can't paint anymore. I know you want me to paint, but I can't. I'm empty. Rudolph, no. You love to paint. And you are such a talent. This is just a classic artist slump. No. No, I hate it. It's just taking from me now. When can I leave? You said you'd let me leave. Rudolph, but you volunteered to come, remember? We are helping you, like Dr. Hartman did. Perhaps you need to see our doctor? I can arrange that. No. No, that's... I am feeling better. Much better. I will paint. This is wonderful to hear, Rudolph. I knew you would come back to your old self.
Security 3. May as well run into them so that they're marked, I guess. Is that how it works? Yeah. Okay. Good. Open the doors. Fine.
Oh, there's the elevator. How do I get in?
Maybe they'll open the door for me? The dog's already been fed, right? Oh. Well, maybe that's why Rush is sitting here. What can I even do here? I guess I haven't gone down this hallway. Hey, man. Imagine most of these are locked. Vandalize text, 0% effort today. Hey, man. You open the door? Everything's in lockdown. Nothing in here, huh? What? Finally. Keycard level 2. Loot that last. Might trigger something.
How many paintings did they have this guy make?
Okay, catalog of Rudolph Lane production from painting session on redacted. RL 342, designation black circular shape among yellow lines, an uneven circle painted in dark black in the foreground with jagged yellow, brown, mustard lines behind it. Lines sometimes overlap with each other and or bleed into the black circle. Lone tree at night, dark green pine tree. Standing in a dark landscape, presumably night. Empty road in a forest, dark gray streak across a dark green landscape, presumably a forest at night. Gray streak is likely to be a road due to its location, color, and the way its width reduces in line with the perspective. Note a small white shape in the road could be a page of writing by Alan Wake. Relevant teams have been informed and are searching for this site now and attempt page retrieval. RL 524, designation yellow crescent shape on blank canvas. Yellow shape in a roughly crescent shape painted onto an otherwise empty canvas. Possibly a crescent moon or banana. Unfinished piece. Red, yellow, green circle. 3 uneven circles. 1 red, 1 yellow, 1 green. Roughly arranged in a vertical line. Background is black gray with dark red streaks along the border of the canvas. Possibly a traffic light. Cityscape with blue-gray sky. Gray vertical shapes. Likely a skyline of a city. In the bottom third of the canvas with a vivid blue-gray sky. Geometric shapes painted within white lines can be barely made out among the colors of the sky. Black void, deep black void covering the entire canvas with a few specks of dark or light gray able to be seen in close inspection. Cityscape with blue-gray sky, gray vertical shapes like the... Oh, nope. My mouse does this thing where it scrolls down but then bumps back up, and it's hard to see because it's like instant. I scroll well. You can kind of see it there. I'm strictly scrolling down. Okay, now it's not going to do it. Maybe just scrolling rapidly. Oh no, kind of did it there. Anyway, large variety of black spirals. Large number of rough spirals painted in black, ranging in size from that of a quarter of that of a basketball. Although the canvas appears quite covered, it is blank aside from the spirals. Brown shape with horns, brown shape vaguely triangular, with what are presumably horns extending from the shape, likely an animal head, possibly deer or elk. Black background. I don't know. I wonder where I'm supposed to be able to get these numbers, if I am.
Access card. Sorry, but I need this.
Hey man, how'd you get out? It seems good. Obliterated. Oh, here's some numbers. 2023 September, so maybe 9/23. Back to September 13th. All computer passwords are reset daily. This is probably a reminder. Maybe 09 2023. Somebody malicious compliance. Maybe there's a number here. I made a reservation for our anniversary, which I certainly never forgot was a week from this Friday. Let's take separate cars from the office. Can't have the bosses seeing us leaving together now that those hypocrites have banned inter-office relations. Have a good day. And 1423. Okay, so there's a number of things here. 9/14, a week from... So this Friday is that person's anniversary, which would have been the 15th. It's kind of weird that they would word it that way, though. Why would they say this Friday? A week from this Friday, okay. So the 22nd, this is 0922. Today's password. Just found out what happened to Trisha. Jules fucking fired her. I knew it. She was way too vocal in last week's all-hands meeting. She had valid concerns. That man is a tyrant. Speaking up about safety is no reason to fire someone. Can you believe this new password policy? What security concerns are they even talking about? We're a fenced-off government bunker in the middle of nowhere. I think they're getting paranoid. Anyway, I set the security terminal's new password like the memo suggested. Our anniversary is the base numbers, then Black Void. Okay. So 922. Wait, what? Yeah, the moms are losing it. Big surprise about Danny and Jules' background, big old turd or something. Once again, they're making the shitty marriage everyone else's problem. The password you sent didn't work. Black Void is 44, right? From the list of Lane's paintings? I need to get in here. This is going to be a total waste of a Wednesday. 44 is right, so I guess you're telling me you don't know what our anniversary is. Well, good luck with that. Today's password is the date of our special unforgettable anniversary plus brown shape with horns. Love you. I maintain that seeing a movie together does not begin a relationship. I see. Brown shape with horns. That's 922. Trying to look at this. Brown shape with horns was the last one here, I think. 25. Can't remember if it was static numbers. So, oh, whoops.
There.
Yeah.
You are now safe to resume working.
SCP spotted.
SMS command. Facility. Sublevel 1. You copy?
No, turn back. Area is extremely hostile. We're on floor 1. I'll need help.
Alright, motherfuckers. Actually... Fucking wrecked. It's a lot of things. ADD progress review. Too much overlap between tone and style. Merge. Word choice but incomprehensible. Dark. Tree. Spawn. Yeah. That is exactly what Alan Wake's writing is like. Structural improvement. Repetition issue was solved with sufficient rounds of refinement. Dark screams the darkness, a dark reminder of the dark's inner darkness, a well of darkness, a vortex like black paint, dark and darker and darker, so the darkness could hardly see. The dark figure emerged from the darkness, facing the darkness with dark intent, a dark knife glinted in the dark darkly. Dark like the dark eye of a dark raven, dark feathers resting in the dark night sky. No moon, the moon had been eaten by the dark drank it, and the sun. The dark moon rose over the dark sun that had set into the darkness. The darkness darkened darkly, dark into the dark, until it doubly darkened even the darkest dark. I like it. Style tone prioritized over comprehensibility, negative progress. A rot snail beamed, a wooden grain bent from the owl egg mail. Eggy elf bag fuck. 4 forms in the glass eye and melt. A cracked page booked through the brown in bark. I grow and longer with the lower dark sea. No one found egg mail heaven. Pour during out he chin. When all scream in blue and axe vermilion, a day is round. Flat across evening the water murmurs, in light bulb trees round the cat. The night glares in all streets, the coffee deers run, fear drinks locks by windy cottages, and black fires in the same mirrors, amidst heavies in Panic Mountain. I don't know, I liked it. Making progress again, individual elements are strong, but ATD's lacking awareness and attention is a blocker. The dark woods rattled darkly, flashlight peered into the deep darkness, and the dark shivered, flashlight scowled. A woodsman came with the axe, a woodsman's teeth screamed, flashlight screamed too, and was cut in half, blood mixed with the darkness, a dark blend. Pistol looked at flashlight in shock. There was nowhere to run, he realized, but he ran anyway. He ran to the deep dark of the woods, the woodsman rattled behind them, bouncing through the trees. Pistol knew it had nowhere to run. Pistol drew his pistol and turned to face his death. The woodsman emerged, and Pistol opened fire. Pistol flashed in the dark night once, twice, thrice. The woodsman fell with a clatter. Pistol breathed in and out, in and out. Pistol looked at each tree, in and out. He was safe. Pistol grabbed the woodsman's axe and plugged it into the pistol to charge it. He went to check on flashlight. Pistol checked each half of flashlight. She was dead, and he knew it. Pistol screamed at the trees. The trees screamed back. Yes. Oh, what? How to correct. Input non-reference material. Source human subject. Use staff as readers. Risk of data skew. Need more wake reference material. Pistol screamed at trees. Trees screamed back. Based.
In our case, a painting. When the source material is open to interpretation, how will the shadow choose to interpret it? I think Diana will find the question very interesting. Most likely, she already has an answer. That's why I love her.
Do you? Or was this before? Maybe she doesn't even realize. She was like, oh, well, I'm certain this stuff was my own thoughts and whatnot. And maybe it wasn't. Maybe that's just her scientific brain thinking about the problem wrong. Alright, gang. Gather around, everyone. Ow. I feel like the game is running like tremendously better from when I played it when it first launched. I know they made a lot of improvements to its performance, but it also could be that this is entirely interior, but I think my performance was even good outside. Maybe these areas are just small enough that it's not a problem. Readings report threshold activity. Readings collected over the last 40 hours show a rising increase in activity stemming from the cauldron like threshold, likely indicating an imminent AWE scenario. Highest recorded reading exceeded the safety limit, necessitating a general alert and requesting assistance from the assigned AWE response team. Where no alert or contact with external teams has been made per the recent amends to this procedure as specified, the monitoring team will take no action until sign-off from either Dr. Marmot or Dr. Marmot has been received. Considering the rate of escalation, the recent data indicates the monitoring team strongly recommends that the AWE response team be contacted immediately. Signed, Harris Cruz, lead threshold analyst. That's the only thing here, right? And I'm sure the two doctors were like, no! We're doing research at the cost of everybody's lives. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. That's 3. Took over there. Indeed. Team notices, you may know a valued member of our team has recently signed off of Project Arbitus. Carla Livingston's designs and engineering expertise were a key part of the creation of the ATDs. Her contributions to the project cannot be overstated. The project team should rest assured that their reassignment was an error that should be corrected soon. Our project director, Dr. Diana Marmot, would like to remind all team members that any directives or assignments from Dr. Jules Marmot have no bearing on Arbitus staff and should be ignored. Thank you for your attention. Rude. Background report. Rudolph Lane. In 2010, Lane was inadvertently involved in AWE 35 residing at Cauldron Lake Lodge, where he lived under the care of Dr. Emil Hartman. Information, his crimes, and arrest. Lane was seriously injured in the AWE. He received medical care in Seattle for 2 months, during which time he was questioned and cleared by FBC staff. After the Cauldron Lake Lodge was sieged and closed by the FBC, Lane moved to Watery Wa, where he currently resides. Recent surveillance confirms he has no known personal relationships or affiliation with paranatural groups. As requested, the observation team has confirmed that Lane continues to paint as of the date of this report. Yes, I should go back and get these containers since they're marked in my map so conveniently.
Or shaded.
Say what?
Thick.
goes back towards the... Where is this? Oh, right here. Empty? Well, I never. Elevator moved again. Cell wall removed. There's a container here? There it is. Also empty. I think this game has kind of intelligent analysis of your inventory, like a lot of modern games do, and they won't load you up with items if you're already good.
I knew they were in danger.
Much to my dismay. I want to overload on shit. I like that in Silent Hill 1. Before I ever shot a gun, I had like 110 shots.
Using the FBC's authority. They thought they were untouchable out here, hidden away in the woods. No. Actions have consequences. And I'm the consequences.
Sub-level 1.
Yeah? Oh.
Ugh, you fucking bastard! Jules Marmont.
My squad.
My team. He was taken by the Shadow.
So, these guys do not react to light at all. This is the computer I've already been in, I think. Separate the regular fall, but I've already seasoned pies from the local diner. I'm ready, the unadult juice is a serious health issue, making light of them is not appropriate. I do not release any of those pages, studying those fools and arbiters. We misplaced them in an unfortunate filing incident. We were confident the pages will resurface in 2 or 3 weeks, but we're too busy to make progress to look for them right now. Let's see. Mention all staff. There's a significant amount of black room missing from sublevel 5. I already read these. Yeah. Yep, these are the Bureau of Control safe rooms.
I mean, that name is not very scientific. I mean, who came up with that? Shadow.
Comes to my lab and treats me like some kind of assistant. Un putain d'assistant? Moi? I run the lake house. This is my facility. Mine! You cannot just walk in here for 1 week, make some speeches, and then fly back to New York. Espèce de crétin, prétentieux. The jackass thinks he's a fucking rock star. And he made fun of the name. Oh, the Shadow. The Shadow is good. It's evocative. He is just a jealous, spoiled little child. And I will make it so everyone can see this. I will make it so no one even remembers his name. Tous ces imbéciles là, hein? They all think I am a pencil pusher. They think I do not have the mind for such work. Eh bien, ils verront. Ils verront! I will take what they think is possible.
we break it.
I don't know if I need to do this. I don't know what exactly that opens and closes for me. There you go, I can get in there now. Okay. Some kind of box here. Somewhere. That was on the other side of the wall, I think. Good, bro? Guys are just making plap plap noises. Haha, you can't come through doors. Oh, that was weird. Progress update number 5. Got the firing mechanism working. It's throwing a test projectiles a good distance. Turned out pretty nicely. Links between the grenade launcher and the custom components are a bit loose. No proper lathe here, but at least it works. Now I need some actual Blackrock for the test. I know there's some in sub-level 5, but the acting inventory supervisor doesn't get the access to that floor.
Okay, this should get me down to sub-level 5. And this should get me past any other problems.
Does it kill paint monsters? Black rock launcher. By holding down left click, charges go further and deal more damage and impact.
There was a crack in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment. The contrived overlap rebounded on itself, compressing, compounding, reflecting and refracting. An urban legend and a murder in constant imbalance, cause and effect hopelessly entangled. Arranged wrong, the dream logic flawed. The feedback loop doubled and redoubled, out of control. The pressure kept building, looking for a release.
Okay, elevator moved, identified hostile entities. No in this room. Just gonna keep ignoring you guys. It doesn't seem all that threatening. Look at that health. Freaky looking. Oh my god, elevator. Alright. I know there was some other clearance doors on earlier floors. Can I just back out of here real quick? Is there anything I really should bother going back for? This door here and this door here. Those are both on floor 3. There's one interview room on floor 2, really close to the elevator. Well, not really. Fuck it. They might have interesting writing in them. Let's check it out.
The Shadow had changed Jules Marmont into a hostile, paranatural entity. That made everything simpler. No arrest, no paperwork. I could put him down like the monster he was.
Sublevel 2.
But first, I will gather collectibles. Team's already dead. There's no urgency. Seems like it made him that way.
Lane was found dead in his cell this morning. It's an unfortunate setback.
Finally! Something works on these bastards.
He gone. But he left us with a goodbye present. A final piece of art. This piece is different. It's raw emotion, pure truth. He put everything he had into this one. Literally. Every reading we take is off the charts. This is what we have been waiting for. It is the key.
Ducky?
I will achieve what no one has before me. Not darling, that arrogant shit. Not my selfish harpy or the wife.
So, we have a painter and a painting that can talk. Clearly connected. But Lane was dead before any of this even happened.
I never did any of it. The fools will finally see me for the genius I am.
Are you done? Yeah, the locks. Now looks like this floor is pretty well done now.
Sublevel 3.
Ten right here, one on the left, one on the right. Oh. I'd rather not waste my valuable ammo on you. Can you not come in here? Lol. A bozo.
water dripped from the ceiling as Diana stared at the folders stacked on her workstation. Each one was a branch of research. Drip. Some were thin, some thick. They represented years of her life, her work, dissecting the act of creation and examining the bloody pieces. Bringing in live subjects had been her idea. Drip. Bureau leadership denied their request. But after HQ went into lockdown, she took advantage of the chaos and got her artists. Jules had whined about the optics. Diana ignored him. Now in her office below the waterline of Cauldron Lake, she considered how to proceed. Jules was convinced the page they had found would come true. It promised disaster. A situation out of control. Impossible. Diana was always in control. Drip. Drip. She needed answers. She needed to quantify, to define, to control.
Guess that was all that's in here.
Jules' team has found new pages written by Wake. He must have gotten Rudolph Lane painting again. His bullshit pedestrian methodology cannot produce results before mine. I have to go faster, no matter the cost. We're still behind our projections. The more the machines can produce, the closer we can calibrate them to Wake's style. But proper calibration takes a lot of raw material, and production is slow. No. We're changing directions. The hypothesis remains unchanged. Imitating Wake's writing style will allow us to generate art capable of linking with the threshold. Our live subject should match Wake's style much faster. People can be calibrated just like a machine. You simply have to push the right buttons.
To use art with the power, the Shadow must first define art. Defining an artist, a drug-using bum, often term like a drink red wine, left-wing political views, danger of left-wing politics made real by the Shadow. Any right-wing artist, not for abstract art or poems. Thesis, does a critic define what is art? Where do we find critics? Kidnap, lure in critics? Or the audience? Are we the audience? Must we like art? What is the role of an artist? Who is an artist? If you believe you're an artist, are you one? Do you need to be good? Does quality matter? So the elevator, is it back to where it belongs? I don't see a door over here. Must be. Alright, now I can move on. One box. Paint bro, just fuck off. What? I think that was a bug. I don't... Just like spawned on top of me there. Hacks. It's on 4 anyway. 4 is this big ass room. Presumably I need to go here before I can go to 5. But I don't know. What's up, man?
This is not level 4. The Marmonts were holding a painter here. Rudolph Lane. Does that ring a bell?
The shame of a man.
I think you are, or were, Rudolph Lane.
Himself! A self-portrait! Make them see!
Look, I might be able to help you. But I need information, cooperation.
No brush! Just himself!
Rudolph Lane was dying. Both murderer and victim. Red hues ran down his hands. Was it scarlet? Or cadmium? Too vivid to be maroon. Names don't matter, he decided. Color was pure. Inspiring. For the first time in years, he wanted to paint. A self-portrait. To say goodbye. No. To make them remember. To make them see what they did. He slapped his hands against the wall to steady himself. He began from there. No brush, just himself. The strokes were crude, violent. The pain, misery, and hate he'd endured there. The fire in his eyes and hands and bones all spread into the shape of a man. It was quick. Natural. Like a heart attack. He slumped down to the floor, smiling at the anger he left smeared across the wall.
Sublevel 4.
Ooh, nice office.
This is very control-like. Shifting geometry bullshit. Yeah. Very control-like indeed. Shit, it's Deerfest in here. Some random boulders.
Keep an eye out for more of these.
Are you coming out, man? about you? Both of yous? You both changed. The fuck? The thing just like tipped upright?
Diana sat in her office. A weak desk light kept the darkness around her at bay. The silence of the archive suited her. She scowled at a series of graphs when the room turned red. Alarms blared. Breach detected. Then the walls of the archives rumbled. A tremor in the bones of the facility. One by one, the red lights went dark as a wave of nothing poured in from all sides. Diana stood, but there was nowhere to run. The sheer depth of the darkness terrified her. She realized they had done this. Her and Jules. Their ambition. Their hatred. Her desk lamp flickered. In the brief moment before it all went dark, she thought of Jules' smile.
Too late now. Where'd you go? Mazes are more confusing when they don't follow rules. Literally just went in a big square through walls that weren't there the first time. Oh, we're doing this again, huh? Cheating ass enemies. we actually going somewhere? Oh, this looks promising. These are vast. I'll just continue going forward then. Enter a report. Threshold study. Progress of the Lake House directive to understand and suppress the Cauldron Lake threshold has improved this year. Research in the areas of threshold energy detection and measurement have made great strides. See reports WY-113 through WY-139. Allowing us to work with the investigations department in the construction of an early warning system to the shore of Cauldron Lake. Exploring the relationship between the shadow and the sources of light continues to be difficult without active threshold manifestations to test against. Additional means of containment and offensive measures against the shadow have similarly been difficult to develop without an active AWE through theoretical research continues. Research into threshold suppression techniques is ongoing with no clear determination regarding their viability possible at this time. The team has been testing counter-frequency projection in the vicinity of Cauldron Lake per mandate V29 HED, with all findings being sent to Dr. Darling as requested. In summary, 2017 has been a successful year with further promising breakthroughs predicted for 2018. Research mandate. Before Dr. Darling was lost in the lockdown of the oldest house, he tasked the Lake House with discovering the nature of the shadow and its ability to convert art into reality. During our diligent research into this phenomena, it has become clear that Darling was not dreaming big enough, which leads us to a new goal of the Lake House and its talented staff, to create a stable connection between the Cauldron Lake threshold and our own dimension. Threshold traversal has only been possible inside the oldest house and occasionally during altered world events. Though this is often an involuntary process, the shadow is known to attract art, provides us the perfect opportunity to create the world's first controlled bridge between dimensions that can be safely traversed in either direction. The laboratory will be built inside level 5, where the experimentation related to linking with the threshold will be performed. This location will take full advantage of our proximity to the Cauldron Lake. In this laboratory, we will simultaneously develop machinery that can connect with the AWE site and the lake, and use art as the focal point to create the bridge. Precise methods are yet to be determined. The team will soon be formed to explore processes involving art as a dimensional anchor. Reality manipulation via art and machine assisting coupling. Yeah.
The lake house was underwater. The Marmont's ambitions had finally been realized. Jules had dangled the painting like a lure and hooked an ocean. Their machines couldn't hold it. A fault in the system. The water rushed in, filled it until it was ready to burst. All their successes and failures had led them here. The work had made them into monsters. But the lake house was still theirs. It always would be. They could feel an outsider trespassing in their labs. "I know you're here," they called out to the dark. They hunted floor by floor. They wouldn't let the intruders stop their progress. This was their home, their beloved tomb beneath the waves.
Follow-up report. On the morning of Redacted, the musician held at the lake house for research purposes was discovered missing from her cell. Security footage of the cell from the night before was damaged by electrical interference of an undetermined nature. Redacted, known professionally as Redacted, had produced a song called 6 Deep Breaths during her time at Lake House that was considered very promising as research material by Dr. Mamet and Dr. Marmot. Redacted somehow used her song to orchestrate her escape. Efforts to find Redacted were brief, with any wider search considered an unacceptable risk to the Lake House mandate confidentiality. An investigation is currently ongoing as to whether the staff at Lake House were involved with the disappearance of Redacted. An investigation is currently ongoing as to whether the subject used the song they created as a Redacted means of escape. All material related to work and produced by Redacted will be stored in an archive for future reference. The online checks for public reappearance of Redacted are to be performed weekly. Known web addresses associated with Redacted in the past, known addresses with cover utilitarian AWE activity, Redacted, houseofdreams.blogspot.com, sirensociety.io, blessed Redacted, etc. For up-to-date full list, refer to Redacted. Definition of art. A study. Truly comprehend the threshold within the Cauldron Lake, we must first understand its attraction to art. However, even the determination of art is as varied as the range of crafts that fall under the name. To that end, we must open a tract of research dedicated to defining and quantifying art, ultimately rendering the concept into a unit of measurement. To begin, let's not try to understand humanity's definition of art, but rather Cauldron Lake's preferences. Past cases of Cauldron Lake's threshold affecting reality have centered on writing. Wake 2010. Cinematography is also suspected, though not directly confirmed. Zane 1970. What about other mediums? We will need to test the viability of painting, poetry, music, photography, sculpting, dance, and so on, not to mention a myriad of other genres or methods within each medium. What about crafts outside of the most common artistic expressions? Does any act of creation at a high level of expertise merit the title of art, baking, woodworking, etc.? What about non-physical mediums? Why is music and art and philosophy is not? Does something become art due to its medium, its quality, or perhaps simply through the intent of expression? Or an equation made up of all three? What would be the order of importance? What thresholds must each factor reach for the equation to succeed? Clearly, there's much to determine. We must begin with developing a methodology using the vast range of arts and general creative endeavors, both physical and mental, then find a way to test the potential connection to Cauldron Lake's threshold. Cauldron Lake is an enigma with many layers to pull away if we understand it, and ultimately bring it under control. Work will take years. Is that all that's in here? Oh, missed this maybe?
September 13th, 2023. Notes regarding the concept of the tortured artist. A romanticized image of the sensitive artistic temperament, yes. But there may be truth in the cliche. It's no secret Rudolph Lane has been unhappy here for years. But the aggregate data shows his art's viability score trending upward over time. If Jules hadn't neglected to hold regular psychological exams, then we could have quantified the subject's emotional state, creating a sort of distress rating to compare against the art score. I'll make this a sub-goal of my study of Edward Booker. Once we set the variables and establish control reading of his art and mental state, then we can begin inducing negative emotion. Limited food and water, perhaps. An increasingly tight living space. This is how Jules lost his subject, though. Need to be careful not to leave any sharp objects in Booker's cell.
Am I not supposed to go this way? Am I supposed to go back to the elevator now? Yeah, okay. Hopefully the path back to the elevator is faster then. Unless there's something else I'm supposed to do in here. Oh. There's a password on this monitor.
Damn it.
Just dyslexic right now. Okay, start at the bottom. Letter for Darling archived, and I just received a letter from Darling about a request that you made to bring in live subjects. What were you thinking? Do you know how that looks? What did he say? Was it approved? No, he refused. No protocol does not allow this sort of thing. He says he will be making a trip to Lake House to check in on us soon, like we're children. This is very bad for our reputation, Diana. Please, if you have an idea like this, come to me first. Diana, considering the details on the new page we have found, I believe we need to abandon the research into Alan Wake's writing. We must not endanger our staff. Regards. Don't pretend like you're worried about him, Jules. You're just looking out for your own ass. The fact that the pages are detailing future events means they are the correct method. Have to learn how to harness their power and dictate events to meet our goals, not waste, whatever those may be. The ATDs are producing better and better results. We just need to keep doing the work. No, Dan, I'm looking at the page right now. Constant imbalance, out of control. A crack in the lake house. If we continue with this research, we will lose our facility. Perhaps more than that. What is the point of succeeding if we're dead? I'm the head of research here, and I forbid you from proceeding. You can't forbid anything. You're not going to keep me from the most important work in my life. If you're too much of a coward to keep pushing ahead, then I'll finish what we set out to do here alone. You have plenty of ongoing lines of research. I suggest you pick one and leave Wake's writing to me. You always needed more than I needed you. You always needed me more than I needed you. Dr. Marmot, I received a formal complaint about Yules' behavior. You claim he is maliciously keeping research material away from your team, but he says they have simply been misplaced. I understand you were frustrated, but I recommend giving his team a week or so to find the pages and return them to your team. If the issue persists at that point, then let's discuss your desire to escalate this issue. Does that sound agreeable? Sincerely, Harry Kingston. Jules seemed like he was being reasonable. Straight shot back. Convenient. What the fuck? I don't know if this was just the game being quirky or if there's actually not supposed to be two doors on this locker. Fuck my elevator go.
Where'd the elevator go?
Bitch.
More shifting geometry. Yeah.
Need that elevator. Heading back out and across, I suppose. Is this always here? Uh-oh.
The lab. Some big experiment tomorrow. I can't find the details anywhere. That bastard is hiding them. All those years, he steals credit for my ideas and my work, and now he's scared of being plagiarized? Oh, that is really fucking rich, Jules. Oh, and he's reportedly misplaced the manuscript pages I need for my work. Suddenly, the exact pages that I need to reference have just vanished. He is actively impeding critical bureau research. I mean, if he can do that, then what is stopping me from going down to that lab? And I don't know, just inverting the amplifiers or misaligning the receivers or both. It's the same thing in principle.
This doesn't look like
the lab.
style.
Some big experiment tomorrow. I can't find the details anywhere. That bastard is hiding them.
Casper Darling, FBC head of research.
He steals credit
Okay,
from my
Dr. and Dr. Marmot, something to get you started. I couldn't stop thinking about this new direction for the lake house after I got back to New York. I hope pivoting to research thresholds redacted reality manipulation effect wasn't too much of a shock to you. It seemed like your work on containment was stalling, so I decided you could use a fresh start. Here's something to get you started. Some drawings made by a certain redacted a while back. Files D6001 through D6D004 found in the attached envelopes. Test for any reaction that may trigger with the shadow. If I don't like how unscientific that name is, you can designate the artist as P6 in your records. I expect regular updates. Go team!
receivers or both. It's the same thing in principle. He booked the
A
lab.
light switch cord.
Some big
Quick
experiment
lesson on
tomorrow.
light switch cords.
I
If
can't
you
find the
find one,
details
pull it
anywhere.
3 times.
Bastard is hiding them.
Just a reminder, I guess.
All those years, he steals credit for my ideas and my work, and now he's scared of being plagiarized?
The Ocean View Motel is a dimensional intersection. The doors from the lobby can lead anywhere, but I didn't end up in the lobby this time, which was definitely unusual.
Cameras doing all sorts of fucky things.
Panopticon? But the Panopticon is at headquarters. Yeah.
I'm outside in a forest. The sun is shining. Birds are calling. I feel dirt beneath my feet. The breeze. Everything smells like green. Sunlight on my face. Birds are flying past.
Oh. Hello, dude from the first game. Main character's brother, I think, maybe? Unless this is just somebody else. Or, you know, First Control, not Alan Wake. Piece 6. This is... I don't remember what his deal was. I mean, he's the source of the drawings then, I suppose. To get like real close to talk to him?
I'm Agent Kieran Estevez, Federal Bureau of Control. Identify yourself.
It's quiet.
Who are you?
It's been a long time since I've seen anyone.
There's a sign over there for the Panopticon. The Panopticon's only in New York, in HQ. Is this the oldest house?
I think that's where I am.
So you are inside the oldest house. Is anyone else alive?
Can't.
It's a waste of time. This is an FBC containment unit. Why is the Bureau detaining you?
I'm where I belong.
Everyone I meet here is either a painting or a paracriminal. Hey, this is important. FBC headquarters went dark 4 years ago. What exactly happened in there?
We were attacked. No, no, not again. Not yet. No, 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 no.
Hey, stay with me. Stay with me.
Okay. Okay.
What attacked the oldest house? I need to know.
Something's changing. Outside. Can you feel it? I can hear it. It's getting worse. You can't stay, can you?
Hold on. I need to know if it...
Tell Jesse I tried.
That's her name.
I really did.
He booked the lab. Some big experiment tomorrow. I can't find the... Bastard is hiding them.
That.
For my ideas and my work, and now he's scared. Oh, that is really fucking rich, Jules. Oh, and he's reportedly misplaced the man.
I don't know what that is. That's just this door?
The exact pages that I need.
Why is...
Vanished. Is actively impeding critical bureau research. And what is stopping me from going down to that lab? And I don't know, just inverting the amplifiers or misaligning the receivers or both.
Apparently I needed more of a, what's the word? Refreshing on control than I did Alan Wake 2's ending.
Oh, Jesus. 1, 2, 3.
Sublevel 5.
6. No.
This looks fine.
The Marmonts had opened the door into Cauldron Lake's threshold. It was forced. It was unstable. Shutting the experiment down was the only option.
Where'd your peripheral vision go? Dr. Marmont? Huh? Who done it? The wife? You good, lady? She's fine. Some good bonkins.
Typical fucking Marmonts.
Marmots? How you like them apples? Up there. Haha, you hit the light. Am I supposed to do something? You're about to hit it again, ain't you? Oh, she almost cleared it. What the fuck? Hey, you're back. Shooting right above her. It's gone. This is some good. What do I do about it? Need to probably shut it down. The shutting down switch working now? I feel like I could have pulled this in the middle of the fight.
You know what the Marmonts did to you, to Rudolph Lane. I will do whatever I can to make sure this kind of thing doesn't happen again.
The putrid weight he could never wash away.
The threshold is tearing itself apart. I need to shut this down. The Marmonts are dead. I don't know if that's any sort of consolation, but it's done.
The pain, it was all by him.
Look, I'm sorry. I know you didn't make a choice here. It's not fair, but I have to shut this threshold down before it fractures.
This good?
Agent Estevez stood in the forest just outside of Bright Falls. She watched her team detain Alan Wake and Ilmo Koskela, stuffing them into black SUVs. She realized this was the moment Wake had been writing in the vision she had seen. The story was coming true. She pushed the thought out of her head. It had been a good tip, a way to find Wake. Nothing more.
Alan Wake! After the Threshold event collapsed, I was back at Cauldron Lake. But for a moment, I was somewhere else. I saw Alan Wake there. He was writing about me finding him in Bright Falls, in the woods. It was a good tip. I called the surviving members of my team, and I told them to meet me there. You know, these cases, they never get less ambiguous or easier. But this one, this was tough. Because protocol says entities like the Taken are monsters, threats. But the Marmonts were monsters way before the Shadow got to them. So at the end of the day, what's the difference?
So did that take place after Alan Wake 2 or during the events of Alan Wake 2? I don't remember who found Alan. I don't remember this lady existed before this DLC. Sure, that would help.
We wrote so many things.
I feel like I heard her on the radio, but I don't remember her.
We're here standing on a precipice. We are ready to take
Is she in the first game? Yeah?
that only comes after.
God, my memory sucks.
This was the end scene. This was the end of an era. This was the sum of my body of work. When I'll be long gone.
I wonder if this will get copyright claims like some of the other songs did between chapters.
And you can take it or leave it. Everything that comes after. And we'll always have it.
Right.
All these
Whoa! Whoa!
Deep press.
Too bad.
Deep press. Clock stopped, and another shoe was dropped. What a mess. What a mess. Deep press.
Look at those credits go.
Deep press. Forget all the rest. Sharp pain. Sharp pain. There's something in the way. What next? Sharp pain.
Ah, right. All right, well, that was that DLC. Yeah, that felt like it had almost nothing to do with Alan Wake. He was just kind of present briefly and mentioned several times. And this one I know doesn't have anything to do with Alan Wake. It's just weird. So let's check it out.
A fan. The dictionary definition of the word is an enthusiast, a fervent devotee, an abbreviation of fanatic. What comes across to an outsider as a dangerous obsession or even madness is something entirely different from the point of view of the fan herself. To be a fan is a joyous existence, one filled with the happiness that stems from knowing with utter clarity purpose of your life. But what if that purpose could be more still? If you could be lifted out of the flock as your idol's chosen one, the only one who could decipher his secret messages. What lengths would you go to save the object of your obsession in Night Springs? Tonight's cult classic episode, number 1 fan.
Oh shit. Playing as the waitress, I think. Yeah. They're just so averse to wrapping this story up.
Life's a funny thing. You spend all your time wishing and hoping and dreaming for something, and then, bam! Destiny shows up at your door like a mailman with a package you were pretty sure got lost because you ordered it like 6 months ago. But that's okay. When your destiny has eyes like sunsets and a beard like mahogany-colored velvet, you don't really mind how it arrives. But my day didn't start off with all that excitement. It began like any other day did for this waitress/protector of the town of Night Springs. As always, Knight's Diner was the hottest spot in town, so there was plenty of work to do.
It's everyone's favorite waitress! Look who it is!
Hi, everyone!
Could I get another cup of that delicious special brew that only you know how to make?
Of course. Who else wants a top up?
Me.
Right here, please.
One for me, please, and thank you.
Will do. Let me just grab a fresh pot.
Just been sitting on the fucking heater over there. I am the only one who can make it this way.
Here's your coffee.
How do you juggle running this diner, your bird sanctuary, and that amazing fan site for the writer you love so much?
Here you go.
A person of your genius and grace is wasted serving coffee to us regular Joes and Joannes.
Oh, I don't mind. Hot coffee.
I heard your fan site for that writer was named best fan site in the world. Congratulations.
Thanks. It wasn't easy. Another cup.
I would kill to have a passion like you do for that writer of yours. You two are destined for each other.
We sure are. That's everyone's coffee. Better put this pot back. I loved being the very successful owner and operator of the county's most popular diner. But that was nothing compared to my grease fire of passion for the writer and his sheer literary talent and flowing hair and lips like buttery pie crust. Pie! I need to clear the empty pie plates from the tables. Shucks.
For them plates.
My date last night was a total bust. You're the expert on romance. Any advice?
Is Knight's Diner going to
Oh,
enter the statewide
I just-
pie competition this year?
Of course. We're gonna make this our 20th win in a row. Yes. But first, tell me everything.
Long story short, she told me I dressed like a divorced gym teacher. But it's what's inside that matters, right?
Right. Show them the real you and it will all work out. Talk about that mole you worry about when you're trying to fall asleep.
Well, I'll try that. Thanks a million.
Don't mention it.
Looks laughing like that.
I saw in the news that you saved every single kitten from that bear attack.
This feels very normal.
Thanks. Those yoga lessons really paid off.
The writer lives just outside town in that mansion of his. Why don't you go talk to him?
Oh, we have our own ways of talking. I better take these plates back to the service window.
Excuse me, can I borrow you?
What can I get you?
Oh. I need a good book recommendation. After all, you're the town's literature buff.
Oh,
yeah.
I've got to read the newest book in the Writer's Crime Trilogy. I'll grab you a copy from the back.
Just start with the fucking latest one.
You better not crease any pages.
I miss you. Beat Poetry Night at Knight's Diner. Night Diner presents Beat Poetry Night for the literary advancement of Night Springs every Friday at 8. Employee of the Decade Award in recognition of basically being the best at like everything, presented to everyone's favorite waitress. Yeah? Why is there furry uwu, Alan Wake? Toucan, do it! Thanks so much for taking to my 6 macaws. I know you have your hands full with all the other sick birds at your bird sanctuary, but if anyone can find a cure for their rare bird lupus, it's you. Yours truly, a young girl who wants to be you someday. The only thing that hurts more than love is loving again. Love Will Hurt by America's best-selling writer. Death comes for everyone. That doesn't mean it's painless. Death Will Hurt by America's best-selling writer. The man's life is ripped away. He's out to get justice in the whole city. Will Hurt by America's best-selling writer. Wait, love will hurt, death will hurt, and will hurt. Bubba Swades.
It's me, your favorite writer whose voice you would recognize in your sleep. I'm in danger. Please, my #1 fan, you're the only one who can save me.
Oh my gosh! Don't worry, I'm on my way. My beloved writer was in terrible danger, and I had to rescue him. The stakes had never been higher. Luckily, I kept all my accessories in the diner's kitchen. My accessories.
The hell?
Every girl needed to claim victory in the battle for love. My trusty 12 gauge, fully automatic. Extreme circumstances call for extreme shotguns. My bolt-action hunting rifle with a gorgeous walnut stock. Deadly, and looks good doing it. Just like me. I was finally ready for a night out on the town. With danger. There was no time to waste. The shortcut through the boatyard was the fastest way to my rider's mansion in the woods outside town.
The boatyard is this way! You better hurry!
Go through the boatyard! It's the shortest route!
But
Gotta get back on track.
I thought this was the boatyard, but I guess that's the boatyard. You got this. He needs you.
Moment, my chance to save the rider and make him realize how
Save
much he
him.
needed
Love
me.
him.
And if that's not love,
Nothing can
I
stop
don't
the
know
power
what
of love.
is.
Is this not the boatyard either? Alright, I'm just gonna follow the cheering people then.
Run the diner while you're gone, or we'll be way worse at it.
Forever.
I was leaving my old life behind, like a body left to sink in a lake so no one finds it. Nothing would get between me and my future with the rider. Now, who the heck is that?
I knew you'd come to his rescue.
Who are you? And why do you look like a slightly less handsome version of my rider?
Oh, don't you ever compare me to that worthless hack. Sure, I may be his wild and rebellious estranged twin brother, but we can't all be perfect.
I had no idea he had a brother. To think there were two of him all this time.
After today, there won't be. No more writer, no more books, no more living in his shadow.
But you're his brother. I'm sure you two can talk it out and realize you have so much in common, and after you change, you can move in together. And I'll come over with popcorn for movie nights.
He had his chance for popcorn and movie nights, but he wanted to keep everything for himself. Too bad. You know what they say? If you can't join him, beat him.
What did you do to him?
I locked Mr. Fancy Pants up somewhere you'll never find him.
You won't get away with this. I'll stop you.
Babe, I got an army of people that hate that hack almost as much as I do. They're ready to die if it stops him from writing another crappy book. What do you got?
I have a shotgun.
Well, I got a... Wait, that's a real shotgun? Okay, I admit that's a... I didn't expect that. But it doesn't matter. You can't stop all of us.
Only a monster could be blind to the poignance of my writer's books.
case the shotgun fully automatic? Maybe she doesn't know how shotguns work.
The twins' motorcycle had left tracks in the mud. I recognized the tread pattern immediately, thanks to my famously keen perception. The tracks would lead me right to my rider and his kidnapper. I felt like the detective from my writer's books, solving the case with my wits. All I needed now was an unlimited supply of black coffee and crippling emotional trauma caused by the untimely death of my spouse.
Eh?
More haters.
How about this?
I spinach this morning, so don't mess.
Maybe she's referring to Wake? DK.
My gun's hungry. Can't forget the bullets. Gotta put more bullets in.
Why isn't Alan this fucking quirky when he reloads his guns?
Why hadn't my writer ever told me he had a semi-evil twin brother?
Semi-evil.
He must be waiting until our third or fourth date, surrounded by candles, so he could reveal this vulnerable chapter from the dramatic story of his emotionally troubled past. Oh, that man has more layers than a croissant.
He's got it all figured out. Huh? All the tears of all the angels in heaven were falling over the city. She wore the rain like a funeral shroud. She was in sad state, this city of mine. But she was still mine, the filthy prison I call home. I was here for a reason. Joe Bullets Capone. He was inside drinking champagne and throwing around his dirty money while I stood in the rain smoking a soggy cigarette. That didn't matter. The only thing that mattered was I knew Bullets had a bad night coming his way. He had no clue. He made me wait for it, though. The pack of cigarettes was long gone by the time Bullets staggered out the back door. I detached myself from the shadow, stepped up right beside that pathetic excuse for a man. Long time, Joe. Bullets looked up, his booze-soaked grin twisted into something less friendly. You! He reached for the pistol under his jacket, a six-shooter with slugs big as my cigarette stubs. I'd done my homework. He barely had a piece out of its holster before I was on him. I wrested it out of his hands, tossed it behind a dumpster. Bullets didn't like that, gave me one to the right in the gut. Wind rushed out of my lungs like a soul leaving the body. Through my wheezing, I could make out the slap of boots against water. Bullets was legging it. I had to get after him. Couldn't lose him, not when I was so close. He had info I needed the address of the last stop for the train called Revenge, so I sucked in whatever air I could and took off after him. Through the twisted maze of alleyways, 2 routes, but only 1 cheese. I pulled out my revolver. I was playing for keeps. Don't make this hard, Joe. I cut up to him as soon as he was dropping down on the other side of a chain-link fence. He sneered, teeth like rows of gray tombstones. He thought he was escaping. He thought he was safe. My body slammed against the fence like a bird against a window. I clutched the thin metal, scrambled over it, the jagged ends of wire ripping through the sleeves of my leather coat and biting into skin. The pain was welcome. I dropped down in the alleyway, ran like a panther at every blind corner, and expected trash can lid to the face. None came. Maybe Bullets hadn't liked what he saw in my eyes and climbed that fence. As I climbed that fence, but he wasn't smiling now. Then I had him. A trapped rat trying and failing to wrench a locked door off its hinges. I leveled my gun at him. You know what I want, Joe. Yeah, I think so. Bullets let go with the door handle, hands up as they'd go. Beseeched a higher power not to cast him down. Come on, man, ain't gonna bring your wife back. Can't hurt to try, talk. Yeah, sure thing, sure. Bullets lunged for his ankle, a crack of lightning from my hand. He was down in the gutter, clutching his belly. I walked over, calmed the snow. I stood over and watched his putrid blood mingle with the rivers of rainwater. You talk, I call an ambulance. His words were having a hard time getting through the pain. You're insane, man, insane. I raised my gun to his eyes. Try again. Yeah, okay. You want the big man? Yeah, I know where you can find him. Blood pounded in my ears like war drums. All the killing, the sleepless nights, the booze, the countless cigarettes I smoked while ghosts swirled around me. It was all for this. The drums got louder. Bullets caught his breath, straining against the pain, then he spilled his guts. My #1 fan, if I don't make it, then I just want you to know that no, I can't say it. Cursed my cripplingly sensitive, artistic nature. I left the alley, told a waiter on the curb that the guy had been shot. I didn't care what he did with that information. I had what I needed. What?
The motorcycle tracks ended at a cabin. Was my rider inside?
Hello? Is anybody there? I'm just a frail rider and I require aid.
He's inside! I'm here! I've come to save you!
Oh, joy! We can finally be together and sit through beat poetry readings and drink $18 cocktails and have high tea with the queen.
Wait a minute. My rider only drinks coffee. 2 sugars, no milk. I keep all the mugs.
Okay, no more tricks. I'll be waiting upstairs.
Just leave?
I guess riding doesn't run in the family.
Brothers, the moon can only shine when the sun is gone. The night can only come when the day is gone. Can the sea ever meet the ocean?
Where are you?
I was never upstairs. I lied when I said there were no more tricks.
You're starting to piss me off, mister. Where is my rider?
I'm just having a little fun. Let's chat down at the beach. It's just out the back.
First, he kidnaps my rider. Then he calls him a tea drinker. He had crossed the line. I was going to go to that beach and give this jerk the scolding of a lifetime.
Torture ideas for hack brother, car battery, soul potential, pulling fingernails too messy, the bell. Where do I get a bell? Blunt spoon, nice and simple. Dismantle typewriters, A+ psychological damage, gasoline/fire. Fire might burn my cabin down. Maybe overcomplicating this. Yeah. The writing and delivery is excellent. Very silly. Not this beach. This beach. But why should I believe you? Swear to God if he's at the other beach.
Hey, me and my bike were just enjoying the view.
Yeah?
Where is my rider?
What do you even see in that crybaby? He's boring, he dresses like a nerd,
Hush your mouth! He is a stylish intellectual who is in touch with his feelings.
You're starting to cramp my style, babe. And I'm not telling you where he is.
What did he ever do to you?
I, already told you that? At the boatyard? I feel overshadowed by success, like he's taking everything I can compete.
Oh, right. I remember now. It's a self-confidence thing.
Well, it's a bit more complicated than that.
You are going to tell me where he is, or else.
Or else what, babe?
You asked for it. You're rude, you have no manners, your too cool to care attitude is attractive initially, but drives people away after they realize you're emotionally incapable of letting your walls down to reveal that you are a vulnerable human being just like everybody else. You are trying way too hard with that outfit.
No, stop! I don't like being seen! Listen, I never had your precious Ryder. I was just keeping you distracted while my army of haters storms his mansion. Now the love of your life is doomed. Doomed!
He tricked me, even with my famously keen perception. I spinach this morning, so don't mess with me. I had to get to my Ryder's mansion as fast as my chunky kitten heels would take me.
I found numerous typos.
My gun's hungry. Between me and my Ryder. Whoops! Gotta put more bullets in. Oh, hold on. I need to fill my gun up.
I think there should be music. Where's the music? Still quiet. Oh.
I knew you, my #1 fan, would never fall victim to my twisted brother's lies. His hatred for me is as inexplicable as the sunrise, and just as fiery. But I knew your heart would never waver. You're the only one who can save me. I believe in you.
My Ryder believed in me. We were kindred spirits. We fit together like a bicycle chain and that spiky wheel thing the chain fits into. We were connected by love and destiny. He was meant to be mine, always and forever. There was no time to lose. I was the only one who could save the Ryder and the very soul of literature from these evil haters. The fate of all art rested on my shoulders. The stakes had never been higher.
Time to die, evil brother.
If I have to stop you myself, I will. Unlike him, I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty.
This is breaking my heart.
Slippery! I'm shotgun, I guess. He's an actual wolf.
That won't stop.
Oh shit. Yeah. Shooting heart missiles at me. Jesus! Damn.
Go ahead. Finish me off.
I'm not going to kill you. You're my darling writer's brother.
You really do love him, huh? I guess I never even had a chance. I was just jealous of his talent, his money, his velvety hair. But mostly, that he's got the love of somebody as amazing as you.
Oh, you silly werewolf. You could have all those things too. You just need to stop wanting to be him and start wanting to be you.
Your words have shown me that it wasn't my brother I hated. It was myself. Oh, what have I done? Those haters will tear him apart, and it's all my fault. Please, go save him.
Oh, I intend to. Someone order a reckoning?
Contributions to art and artistry across the globe. The recipient is hereby recognized as a champion of literature who embodies all the spiritual and physical qualities value in one pursues the art of writing, presented by the Society of High Art. Get well soon card. Dearest brother, news has reached me that your journey across Europe has taken a turn for the worse. I was utterly and completely devastated to hear you have been afflicted with a serious case of lycanthropy while riding your motorcycle through the Nordics. I know I haven't spoken in years, but please know that my thoughts are always with you, my dearest monozygotic sibling. Please contact me upon your return to America. Until then, I hope this card finds you well on your way to speedy recovery. Dearest regards, your brother. Due to your road-bound lifestyle, I do not know where to send this card. I have written this message as a symbol of my fraternal love, and I shall leave it upon my mantle in the hopes that one day you shall read it. Just to look at and read.
I'm fresh out of bullets.
Okay. Continuing on. No sidetrack.
I don't like weird stories!
Hold on. I need to fill my gun up.
The pose.
And there he was. After all the fighting, we were finally alone.
Just covered in blood. Big dopey
Our
smile.
love was written in the stars. And so we danced like two spinning planets that would eventually crash into each other in a dazzling display of flames and rocks and other planet stuff. He told me all the sweet things I'd been waiting a lifetime to hear. I saw myself reflected in his eyes. I would always be at his side, to inspire and protect him. He needed me, now and forever. After all, I am his #1 fan.
Jesus. That was peak.
A fan and the object of her joy come together against a world trying to keep them apart. A happy ending for some. But is happiness, like beauty, all in the eye of the beholder? Where is the line between fandom and fixation? One can never tell in Night Springs.
Yeah, I'm glad I saved the Night Springs DLCs for after. Because, the lake house was kind of, I don't know. Not what I wanted. There's more of this, by the way. There are 2 other Night Springs deals, or episodes here, excuse me. I am concerned that was probably the best one, just given who it's based around, but we'll see. Should have saved it for last.
A young woman on a mission to save a missing loved one. Desperately trying to stay one step ahead of the shadowy government agents hunting her. Agents from the very
Just
same
like
agency
Control's
that
DLC,
took the only person she
Wake, or
cares
whatever it
about.
was called.
On
Alan
her
Wake
quest, She
episode.
is guided by her mysterious alien guardian angel. Her guiding star shows her the way, as it always has. She does not know what strangeness awaits her as she follows its unwavering light to the small town of Night Springs. Tonight's dream-like episode, North Star.
This is gonna get strange. There's no helping it. The universe is much deeper and weirder than people know. My brother and I know.
Oh,
We've
this
seen
is
it.
this is
We've
Jesse.
seen it. But there are some people, an agency, that doesn't want anyone knowing more than what they see. That's why they took my brother and have been chasing me my whole life. But I can't keep running.
Well, this isn't going to be funny at all.
Locked up tight.
It's not
I really
420.
think he's in there. Then let's figure out how to get that gate open. You think something here's important? What, the numbers?
Friday the 21st for closed until further notice. 274. Wait, so what is this? Is a pattern? Under the third, 61. To the fourth, 58. That's -2. This is some kind of pattern thing. I don't know if I'm capable. Could also just be 291, the last used code.
Yep, locked. We need the code.
Well, fuck. This one's highlighted 238. I don't know why it's highlighted, but okay, whatever. Cool.
I've never been able to track down the government agency that took my brother. Until now. You helped me find this place. Now you'll help me get him back. Right. Hello? Is anybody here? Why does an amusement park need a welcome center? No tape. I don't have time to sit around watching movies anyway.
Sure you do.
The gazebo? You think there's something there?
Hey, buddy.
Here! Get inside the light! Oh, they don't like the light. You shouldn't be here. How did you even get inside?
Shit, a cop. Should I lie? I kinda let myself in.
You got more than you bargained for, huh?
What's going on here? What are those shadow people?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm here trying to figure out. The government's been putting something in the coffee. Turning people into coffee monsters.
The government? Is this the same government agency that's been chasing me all these years? I'm looking for someone.
So maybe this is funny, tongue-in-cheek.
brother. Have you seen anybody?
Well, only if you count those
'Cause
monsters.
this is not their actual story.
I'm sorry, ma'am. They've been abducting people from Night Springs, too. I'm here to get them back home. But now it's time you left. It's not safe here.
Something in the coffee is doing this? Really?
Took me a while to wrap my head around it, too. At first, I thought... Well, I don't know what I thought. But now it's clear. This is deep state science.
I'm not going anywhere until I find my brother.
I respect that. There's a warehouse just past the park.
All right.
It's locked up tight, has some fancy government security system, but the intercom is busted. I figure that's where they're keeping our missing folks. There's a spare pistol and flashlight on the bench. I'd feel better if you took them. Those monsters don't do well with light. And whatever you do not drink the coffee.
This should make things easier.
Silly goose. Alright. Please be aware that there will be some changes due to the new management. Starting immediately, Coffee World will only open at night. This will allow us to draw in new customers. All staff should be pushing our brand new dark as the Void blend. Void Blitz. On that note, tomorrow we'll have a special tastings party for staff. Attendance is mandatory. Bring your friends. Have you seen me, Jacob Flemson? Last seen hiking at Night Springs National Park on 18 September. The reporting party advised that our partner, Jacob Flemson, was last seen leaving Night Springs National Park at approximately 11:30 a.m. Flemson was wearing a dark shirt with rock band logo, flannel overshirt, navy jeans. If found, please contact Night Springs Sheriff Department. Dark Triangle Coffee proudly presents Night Under the Stars. The nights may be cold, but the coffee is hot. This week's coffee will only be open at night. Bring your friends, family, children, anyone you know for the fun under the stars. Join us. Join the percolation. The percolation.
Let's check out that warehouse the sheriff mentioned.
Yeah, but what if I wanted
Still
to
with me?
go a completely different direction?
Good to hear. What is this stuff? Smells like...
See, this thing's got an automatic firing mode. Goodies, goodies.
This must be the warehouse.
So many red ice chests full of gun ammo. Very normal.
Hi, I need to get inside.
Please insert passkey.
Sorry, I lost it.
Please insert passkey.
Fucking machine.
Passkey invalid. Do you submit to security questions for authorization?
Sure. What's the question?
Please recite the fourth word of Dark Triangle Coffee's mission statement, as seen in our orientation video.
What kind of question is that?
That is incorrect.
Coffee?
That is incorrect. Please recite the fourth word.
Probably not gonna let me guess it.
Triangle Coffee's mission statement.
Unless it is triangle. Should be silly.
Triangle?
That is incorrect.
Guess we need to find that orientation video.
Oh my god. Hmm? Is this an orientation video?
probably shouldn't drink any strange coffee.
Very normal room. Jesus. Gun fucks. Time for some weird Simon Says lock. Oh, that pissed them off. Now they're coming. Honk. Well, they sure do give you a lot of ammo in these DLCs. VHS tape. Somewhere. The fuck is this tape? Did it magically appear in the thing? No. I think I've pretty much been
bar.
everywhere now.
This place really makes me want a coffee. But I guess that's the point.
All right, man.
Hey. Well, I'm glad to see you're okay.
A videotape was missing from the Welcome Center. I think the password I need is on it. You haven't seen it, have you?
Yeah, I've seen it. But that tape is chock full of government brainwashing. I watched a bit, and it was doing something to me. It's dangerous. You can't watch that tape.
I need that videotape, Sheriff.
Well, this is exactly how they get you. But fine. If you really want it, I hid it in the Ferris wheel, cup number 4. You'll need this key. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Ominous.
So, you up for a movie?
That's not it. This one over here. Yeah.
Dark Triangle Coffee is a fast-growing company with
Is
ambitions to
it
sweep
is?
the nation and eventually the globe with our out-of-this-world beverages. Drawn by our
Wait,
coffee's
some subliminal messaging in there. What was that?
beans, people are rushing to join the
Join.
Dark Triangle movement. The company's mission statement is simple: to drink the truth
There.
is to become
That's what we need.
one.
Password is
Ah,
truth.
okay.
Now we can
Drink.
Hey, what is... Something is... Something is... Oh, it's in my head. Please, you need to drink. Please, no, please.
Is it like the hiss but coffee?
You stopped it. Oh, that was awful. Like a voice screaming in my head. But we got what we needed. The 4th word of the mission statement. Truth. Let's get back to that warehouse. That video was doing something to me. If you hadn't been there, what would have happened? What is this agency trying to do here? Control people?
This is the wrong
But
gate.
why? What's their plan? What if my brother has already been... No. I didn't come all this way to lose him now.
What is it? Oh, it's right there. Okay. This park is still hard to navigate.
Please recite the fourth word of Dark Triangle Coffee's mission statement, as seen in our orientation video.
Truth.
That is correct. Further verification required. Please recite the optimal roasting temperature for Dark Triangle Coffee beans in Fahrenheit.
180?
That is incorrect.
Oh my god.
Please recite the optimal roasting temperature for Dark Triangle Coffee beans in Fahrenheit.
200.
That is incorrect.
Guess I'll go talk to that guy again.
I bet I can find the temperature I need at that roasting bar.
Or that.
The optimal roasting temperature. Didn't think so.
This is right here.
I've loitered in enough coffee shops to recognize a roasting machine. Let's check this out.
Greater than the sum of a triangle?
Temperature is more than the sum of our triangle. What does that mean?
More than the sum of its parts. I mean, the angles are all 60.
This is like being back in school.
Half the second, and the third digit is one less than before. Oh my god. First digit of our optimal roasting temperature is half of the second, and the third digit is one less than one before. Optimal temperature for dark triangle coffee is below 500. There is also the
number?
light years between Earth and planet X13. So, less than 500. What do you mean one less than the one before? Okay. So, the second digit is twice the first digit. The third digit is minus one of that. Could it be like 243? That's greater than 180. Is that the only one? It could also be 365 is the number of days in a year. The first hint means like nothing, as far as I can tell. Or can't. It could be 487 too. So it could be one of those three. I think.
Please recite the optimal roasting temperature for dark triangle coffee beans in Fahrenheit.
But why are those my options? What do I have to do to actually discover the options? Is there like something else to look at over there? Angles of triangle prime numbers 243. Is that 1, 2 plus 1? Is that 243?
doesn't seem right. I think that worked. 487.
Okay.
Who knew geometry would actually come in handy?
Please recite the optimal roasting temperature for dark triangle coffee beans in Fahrenheit.
487.
That is correct. Further verification required.
Oh, come on!
Try the coffee.
I tried the coffee.
You are not coffee. Try the coffee.
Worth a shot.
Is it?
Try the coffee.
Or we could climb the fucking fence.
That's
I don't
gonna be a
know.
problem. But I can't stop now. You'll keep me safe. Right? Here goes nothing. I'm trusting you. Huh. That wasn't so... Shit. There's definitely something wrong with this coffee. I knew I could count on you. That fucking door better open now.
Buddy.
Are you all right, Sheriff? I heard gunshots.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I was looking for you when one of those things jumped me. Got a little bit of coffee in my mouth, but I spit it out. Should be fine. But listen, I figured something out.
What did you figure out? Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, it's nothing. Those government bastards will never get me. But it's not just the government. There's something else here. I don't know what it is, but it's... You need to get your brother and get out of here as soon as you can. Promise me.
Yeah. I promise, Sheriff.
Good. That's good. I'm just gonna catch my breath here a minute.
Try the coffee.
I tried the coffee.
Our coffee. Within your weapons. You may enter. Welcome. Coffee.
You ready? Glad one of us is. What the fuck are those things? Locked. To keep people out or in.
Jesus, it's fast!
You are not.
What the fuck? I do not want to do a sneak mission right now.
Ready? Glad one of us is.
I promised Mug has been found.
What the fuck are those things?
What does this say? What? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, just do the thing too.
You ready? Glad one of us is.
A new blend is upon us.
What the fuck are those things?
Oh, okay.
Probably worth holding on to.
Maybe not this key? Where is it? It is. Okay. Then what about, what's the other thing over there? It's like a safe. Have done their bidding, packaged the coffee, and brought people to Coffee World to share in their blessing. They say I'm almost ready.
Here, I brought you a coffee.
No!
Don't be rude.
Sheriff? Sheriff, how'd you get in here?
Coffee time is family time. It's the best part of the day.
Hey, snap out of it!
Coffee solves all your problems. It lowers heart disease and leads to higher life expectancy.
Fuck. I'm so sorry, Sheriff. This is a nightmare. I need to find my brother. He has to be okay. What the hell? Have you ever seen anything like this? This isn't the government.
What?
Hello, sister. I would like to tell you about a dream I had.
conspiracy within a conspiracy. How can one expose a lie when the truth exists beyond our wildest imagination? Who can ever truly know how deep the rabbit hole goes in Night Springs?